it's going to stay off today. Oh, actually it can't. That's part of it, isn't it? That's part of it, being an antenna. Right. Oh, good morning. Yes, I am late. Yes, I did get up 7 minutes ago. I was laying there and I'm like, I have no idea what time it is. And Mick got up and he's like, it's 8:25. I was like, oh my God, quick. All right, so we do have Mercury Kazimi today, and that just means that Mercury is meeting the heart of the sun. Now, oh my God, has everybody just got the busy bug? Like seriously, like 100,000 things an hour on your plate all at the same time, and you're juggling plates. Good morning, Louise. Looks like my my Facebook's working today, so nice to see you. All right, so I am very unprepared because I did a double shift yesterday, plus in the last 24 hours previous, I did 8 readings. I worked breakfast shift all week. It's just been crazy, good crazy. Like I'm not exhausted or anything, but I mean, I woke up late, but that's because I wanted to sleep in instead of getting up at 5 a.m. to do breakfast shift. But yeah, anyway, sorry, come back to now. All right, ground. Okay, so like I was saying, good morning, hello. I don't know your name, but I'm just going to call you TLC. Good morning, and yes, I am in the Northeast. So nice to meet you. Okay, right. So today, Cazimi, Mercury Kazimi. So when a planet gets too close to the sun. Good morning, Sally. Good morning, Susan. So when a planet gets too close to the sun, I believe it's called under the beams, it gets too hot. The sun's vitality and vibrancy just burns away things until there's that crystal moment of clarity. And the sun's rays like just go through the planet. So today, we often have Mercury Kazimis because we have them, Mercury Yana. Oh, nice to meet you, Yana. So, yeah, so, there's at least 3 or 4 of these a year. That doesn't feel right. I'll have to double check on those details. For this minute, I'm going to say 3 or 4, but that doesn't feel right. Anyway, all right. So, mental clarity, epiphanies, a really good day for writing, speaking, communicating, any of those Gemini communication type of things. Maybe you need to ring someone at a certain time. I'd definitely be waiting till around that 2:12 mark, or I think it's 17 minutes of arc time, 17 seconds of time. So that might be an hour on each side. All right. So let's just say between 1 and 3 are going to be good for doing any of those. You've got an idea, put it on paper. You've got to ring people. All right, so it's a great day also for using our emotional intelligence, all right, because the moon is in Cancer and obviously Mercury and the sun are in Gemini. So we have, how does it feel? Maybe you can journal on how something that you're going through, like some sort of cognitive dissonance, like how are you feeling? Good morning, Kathy. How are you? Okay, so now, okay, I've obviously written something in here that I got when I was first doing all these words. So I'll read that in a minute because it feels like a bit of a practice. All right, so the moon today. So yes, we've got the Cazimi, but the moon is going to be square Venus. All right, so this might be a good day for those, square Venus, ouchy feelings to be spoken about with emotional intelligence. All right, now after 1 o'clock, the moon is also going to square Chiron. So there's that between 1 and 3, actually sitting with someone or communicating, this is how I'm feeling. I've got this problem stuck in my head and it needs to be communicated, but you must know how I feel. So there's a good one. All right. Now, The sun, so Mercury and the sun are also in conjunct Lilith. So where have you been holding back because maybe there's a pressure for you to not act the way that you do. I've been talking about Lilith a little bit in the last couple of days with all the ladies that I just done readings for at the retreat, and it was amazing because no matter what age you are, no matter what age, women I come up against, or not up against. Good morning, Amy. Not up against. The more I communicate with women, the more I see how at some point, stage or age, they have been repressed, suppressed, told that they're not worthy enough because they're not XYZ. You can't do that because that's not how it's done. Cancer moon, we're going into those ancestral fields as well. So, okay, so if we've got something in our mind that we're feeling, we might be able to do some inner child work where we go back to those ages and stages to see where we've got a conversation, maybe a dad that was like, girls don't do that. Excellent, Kathy. Excellent. There we go. Don't be gaslit by people. That's another good one. Like, don't, there's so many women. Ugh. All right, you've just opened up a can of worms, Kathy. I've been listening to this amazing doctor, a menopause specialist on Instagram, Claire, can't think of her last name. Anyway, and because of the estrogen depletion in our body and women going, I feel all these things, doctors have put us in the too hard basket for so long because there's not enough research on what estrogen depletion does to the human body. If it was testosterone depletion, I'm sure there's thousands of studies out there on that. But anyway, so yeah, so this is that whole, maybe it is in a medical sense, maybe you have been, you are feeling all of these things and you're just being gaslit to be told that, no, that's not relevant. That's not, what do you, oh, don't be silly. Go sit down with a Bex and a cup of tea. You'll be right. I've never actually had a Bex, but I do remember that. Go and sit down and have a Bex. All right, so there's that Sun Mercury in conjunct Lilith, and Lilith just wants to get savage and go, listen, buddy, I would rather go and live in the wilds with the animals than be told by you what to do, when to do it, what to do, all the things. Like, no. All right, so there's a little bit of a pushback happening. Now, this is also Venus coming up to conjunct Chiron in the next couple of days. I think that might be Sunday or Monday, I don't know. So, there is a lot of healing opportunities, specifically feminine healing opportunities right now with the words that I've just said, Venus moving towards Chiron and Chiron being in Aries, all about me as an individual, healing me as an individual. So yeah, any medical type of things that you've got to do right now, relevant, Chiron. And High G is not actually here, but she's been quit. Well, actually, Hygeia is in Gemini. All right, so she does want to get there and talk about her medical maladies. She does want to get her mental health checked. She does want to make sure that her home hygiene is up to standard. You could be getting the declutter bugs happening in your house, and like cleaning out those hallowed halls of your mind. All right, that statement, the hallowed halls of our minds, ever since the sun went into Gemini, that's the mantra that has been going on in my mind for a while now. So let me give that to you. How are the hallowed halls of your mind? All right. Now we also have Mars squaring Chiron. All right. So Venus conjunct Chiron, Mars square Chiron. All right. So this, going just back to that analogy of, good morning, Barbara, how are you? Just going back to that analogy of, sitting with a doctor at the desk and being gaslit because you're saying, I feel these things. And again, I'm not male bashing by any means. It's just, this is that authority type of sort of balance that I'm trying to get to here. You know, as a male, how is a male supposed to even slightly understand what a woman is feeling? You know, because they don't have the same type of things. They don't have the same, I mean, they've got the same hormones, not in the same way, and they don't experience the same thing. I mean, they do have andropause, you know, men do go through that type of thing, but again, there's lots of studies on that. I think I'm a little bit of a soapbox right now. All right. So, where we are, Mars. So, you know, then going down to the outer planets, we've got Jupiter square Saturn. You know, this is the closing square of the Jupiter Saturn, I believe, and you know, Jupiter not in a great place, and with Saturn now in a good place. So, you know, this might also be Jupiter and Gemini, us really trying to unravel the confusion of the mind. You know, Jupiter's not the greatest in Gemini. And I just feel like with Saturn being in Aries and, you know, Saturn being very staunch and like you are responsible for yourself. All right. So any of that confusion with the clarity and epiphanies that we're having, we could very much, you know, figure some things out. I do feel I really, 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 really feel like there's going to be some amazing understandings and epiphanies today. Um, and just remember to feel, all right, Moon in Cancer, feel into the thoughts to gain the clarity, all right? You know, that Lilith, if you have any I mean unless it's like completely delusional, you know, unless you're like, you know, saying there's zombies outside my door or something equally ridiculous, I just feel like you know, that Lilith is going to be able to help shed some light on some issues that you may have been, you know, getting just swept away, you know, pushed aside, all those sort of things. I feel like do you get the general idea of that one? I feel like I was a bit waffly, but again, I just woke up. So, all right. Sorry, excuse me. I will read the thing that I wrote. Oh, actually, hang on. Let's have a look. Oh, my screen's not working. All right, so the words. So we've got the Gemini Kazimi lighting up the sky, Mercury sitting in the heart of the sun, clear as a bell and ready to drop some divine intel. But here's the twist, the moon is in Cancer. So while the mind's firing on all cylinders, your heart may be off somewhere in the past wanting comfort, safety, or a bloody good cry. This is head meets heart clarity, also meeting vulnerability. So say what needs to be said, but say it with soul. Don't just intellectualize your healing. Feel it, honor it, and speak it out aloud. This is a moment to let truth and tenderness walk hand in hand. If it's sitting heavy in your chest or buzzing in your brain, now's the time to name it. Whisper it, write it out, wail it, whatever it is, it wants to come through you, not stay stuck inside you. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna, another side note. Yesterday I was telling someone about rage therapy. All right, and this feels like a good time to be sharing it with you again. I know I've told you about it before, but you know, going and getting a baseball bat, or you know, they've got rage rooms. I went to one in Sydney, and it was so good. So, just they, you know, they gave you a milk contained like a milk bucket box full of plates, a metal baseball bat, and it was just so cathartic to get angry. Like maybe you can find something that you can smash, break deliberately, you know, if you are feeling this pent up frustration, like the words say, that buzzing in your brain, and that, you know, your heart is connected to the feeling and it's just, you know, maybe it's stuck on a loop, you know. So anyway, rage therapy is so good. Even just tearing paper, deliberately expressing frustration, all right, in a safe environment. You know, the whole scream into a pillow, but not the one that you sleep with. I can't remember who said not the one you sleep with, but I completely concur. Go grab a pillow off your lounge and just wail into it. Or, maybe with that emotional intelligence, you can just have a frustrated conversation with someone where you're just venting. All right, because maybe it's just better that you get it out. All right, so what have I written? Vision. See yourself as energy, translucent. mid-flight tension. All right, so as in mid-fight or flight tension, you can change your output and the room instantly changes. That is how you practice. So what I'm getting there is, I also will talk about our antenna. All right, so I've got my antenna on, right? So I've seen it happen so quickly in the past, and I'm sure all of you know exactly what I'm talking about. All right, so you've got some stinking thinking, all right, and you're just going, "Woof, woof, woof," and the universe is like, oh, okay, she wants some shit around her because that's what she's emanating. And then, you make the realization that, oh my God, all right, look at how I'm thinking. And then you just go, love, love. And then all of a sudden, everything just shifts. Maybe you get an apology, an unexpected apology. Maybe someone just looks at you and gives you that, I don't want to fight look, or you know what I mean? Like it's so obviously when I was doing this the other day, that I was just like, okay, this is how you practice, this mental cognitive magic that we have. It's about paying attention to those thoughts. And with all this Gemini for this whole month, I'm going to be constantly reminding you, what are you emitting in your antenna? Like, what is going on in your world around you that you actually have control of? All right. So, whether you're going to, take the month to deal with a specific issue and you're dealing with it here and watching it change in this way as well. So, how does that feel? All right, I'm going to pull a card now because I feel like I've talked enough. Okay. All right. Give us the perfect card. Got to back up. They just told me to get the other cards as well. Okay. This one. Oh, how perfect is that for a Cancer moon? Like the words were saying just before, where is it? Maybe the moon is off somewhere in the past, wanting comfort, safety, or a bloody good cry. All right. And for this one, I just get those good vibes that, that feel those positive memories. Even if, like I'm think, look at that. It's Dukes. It's absolutely Dukes. And look, I just got this yesterday. Dukes. Mwah. There we go. There's Dukes. He's showing himself. Oh, that's so nice. All right, so yeah, so go into those nice memories. All right, and then they wanted me to do one more card. Susan! Are you still here, Susan? Oh, okay. Your windowsill astrologer. Am I still sitting on your windowsill? Okay. Oh, that's so perfect. Kindness and compassion. Koala is the cute, peace-loving Buddha of the Australian bush. You are full of compassion, so be kind to yourself. Oh, look at that. All right, all right. This is definitely the universe saying, go forth, have that emotional intelligence to deal with situations. Still sitting on the sill, yeah. So yeah, go and try to untie these cognitive knots and then just feel the love, do the whole love thing in the room and see what comes of it, because you do deserve better. Everybody around you that you love deserves the best that you have. And if you have a problem that is messing up your thoughts, then it needs to be love bombed. So, good morning, Sean. How are you? I will see you at 9:30. So for anybody, thank you, I'm finished now. So for anybody who is interested in, my coaching group, Tuesdays and Fridays mostly, we have a 9:30, two calls a week. So if anybody is interested, please reach out at either Lifetime to Level Up or Bridget Avgastakis, or if you're watching on YouTube, you can also drop a comment and we can chat. So have a great day, everyone, and mwah, and a beautiful 2:12 p.m. Cazimi. Write that shit down.